Hi, Verbling. My name's Michaela. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona, and today we're talking about stories. We'll be discussing some common stories we might all know and doing some exercises with them. If you guys have any comments or questions on this class, you can let me know on Facebook, and I'll put my Facebook name in the chat box for you over there. And you can also check out my Verbling profile. I do have a Verbling inbox if you want to message me there. I also have private tutor hours open this week and plenty for next week as well. So check out my schedule. I'll put the notes in the chat box for you so you can download those notes and be ready for class. And for all of you else, I can also screen share the notes. All right, here are our notes. Fairy tales. So can you name a fairy tale? That's question number 1. I want to know what fairy tales you guys know. Maybe we know some of the same fairy tales, or maybe you have a new one to tell me. You can let me know in the chat box or join class to tell me. I'll give you guys a few seconds to write out any fairy tales you know in the chat box or join class. Najib, welcome to class. Najib, are you there? You're muted.
Yes, I'm there. Yes.
Excellent. Great to have you here with us today. How are you?
Good. And you?
I'm doing really well. My first class of the day, so I am excited.
Oh, thanks.
So tell me, can you name any fairy tales? What are some fairy tales you're familiar with?
Pardon? Can you?
Answer the first question in our notes. Can you name fairy tales?
I don't know what is fairy tale. What does it mean?
Excellent question. A fairy tale is a kind of story that involves usually some kind
Yeah.
of fantastic event or item. Like,
Yeah.
for instance,
Yeah.
Jack and the Beanstalk is a good one. We have a magic bean, or sometimes
Yeah.
it will involve animals who can talk.
Yeah. I like crimes story. I like Agatha Christie.
You like which story? Jack and Christine?
Yeah.
And what's that story about? Can you share a little bit with us?
Mm, every story is about crimes.
Mm-hmm. He climbs, and then what
Yeah.
happens?
Sometimes I try to guess who is the criminal,
Mm-hmm.
but every time I failed.
Yeah. Okay. So do you think fairy tales are more common in English, or are there some unique to your culture? Can you think of any fairy tales that you were told or read as a child that I might not know about already?
No, the common first. In my culture, you talk about in my culture.
Yeah, some kind of child's story
No,
in your culture. Can you think of any?
no, no, just
Where
uh,
are you from,
uh,
Najib?
from Bahrain.
Where? Pakistan?
Bahrain.
Ah, okay. And
Yeah.
there aren't many fairy tales there?
Many.
There aren't many of these fairy tales there. You said there are no
Correct.
fairy tales unique to your culture.
No, no, not many. Yeah.
Okay, we'll go on then. We're going to do a little work describing the plot of these fairy tales in purple. So, Jack and the Beanstalk, we talked a little bit about. Can you describe what happens in Jack and the Beanstalk?
Mm. No.
Do you know the story?
Who Jack? I don't know who Jack. Who Jack
All
and
right.
the,
I'll describe this one for you then.
uh,
Jack is a boy who buys a magic bean and he
yeah.
plants it and it grows into a giant beanstalk that grows way up into the sky and it attaches Jack's world to another world filled with giants. So Jack buys a magic bean and it transports him to another world.
Yeah. Now, yeah. I remember little about this story, but I didn't. I forget this.
Yeah, it's less
Uh,
common than some of the
uh,
others. The next one is pretty common. The next one is Little Red Riding Hood. Do you know this story?
and also, no, I don't know this story. A little red.
I'll
No.
show you a picture of it and we'll see if you can guess, if maybe you do know it.
Yes, is riding the horse. No, I can't. I can't.
I'm going to show you a picture in a second, and I think
Yeah.
that might help.
Okay.
Okay, so this is Little Red Riding Hood. Do you recognize Little
Yeah.
Red Riding Hood?
Yeah. No. Yeah. I know now. Yeah.
So
It's
tell me, who is it?
yeah. I think girls want to go to grandmother.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah. But she is surprised uh, if she faced wolf. Uh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh, yeah. I know now. I remember. Yeah.
Excellent. Well done. What about the next one? The next one is Snow White. Are you familiar with that fairy tale?
Yeah, Snow White. I think no, princess. No, yeah, princess want to or lost in no Gleaning. Sorry, where is yeah lost and he meets with small people. Small people.
Yeah,
Seven,
dwarves.
yeah, seven small people. Uh,
Uh-huh.
yeah, or
Yes, exactly.
I'm
He
right.
has friends that are small people.
Yeah.
And then what happens?
Then he eats red apple. Then she sleeps a long time. After that, Prince goes to her. Then he give her a kiss. Then he
Uh-huh.
woke up. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. It's a happy ending.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Uh,
The next one is a little less common. The next one is called Hansel and Gretel. Do you know this tale of Hansel and Gretel?
no, I don't know. Hansel and Gretel. Yeah, I don't know this story.
Okay, I'll give you a picture of this one and see if you can
Okay.
guess.
Uh, I'm sorry, I don't have a good memory.
So,
Mm.
this one, it's more
No,
difficult to give you a good picture, but this maybe is a good picture. So it's about two kids and a house made of candy. Do you know this story?
no, I don't know this story.
Okay, I'll
I,
describe this one for you.
yeah,
So, Hansel and Gretel are two children
yeah,
who get lost in a forest
yeah, of course, yeah.
and they get kidnapped by a witch. And this witch lives in a house of candy. So the kids go to the house because they think, oh, excellent, a house of candy. And the witch kidnaps them and tries to eat them.
This first time I hear this story. This,
It's an interesting one.
yeah, this,
I think it has German origins. Maybe
yeah.
that's why you haven't heard it.
But I think if Hollywood makes a story or make a film for this story, I can't remember.
That's true. I think you're right.
Yeah.
Mhm. All right. How about the next one, Beauty and the Beast? Do you know that story?
No, and also no. Beauty and the
This one
Beast.
has a Disney movie made about it.
Disney. No?
Yeah,
Can I see a picture or can you have this
sure. Of course. I'll show you a picture.
picture? Picture.
Hold on. Here are some pictures of the Disney movie.
Yeah, I think this beautiful woman with apple. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Belle is the beauty and he is the
Yeah.
beast.
Yeah. Yeah. With I think yeah. I remember
Do you
now.
know the story, the plot of this fairy tale?
Yeah, I think I remember, but I'm not sure if I have good memory. But I will tell you what's this story now.
Okay.
I think girl lost in forest. Oh
Mhm.
no, no, lost the first. No, I think how girl. I no. Can you tell me something about this story?
Of course. So, in this story, Belle is imprisoned at this large house with the beast, and slowly they become friends. So, at first, they hate each other, but slowly they start to love each other, and eventually they kiss, and the beast turns into a prince instead of a beast.
I think no.
It's
I
one
think
of my favorite Disney movies. Very romantic.
I didn't see this movie. The movie I didn't see.
It's a very good one. All right.
Uh,
We have a couple more fairy tales.
yeah.
The
I think.
next one is Rapunzel. Have you heard of Rapunzel before?
Uh, Rapunzel. Rapunzel, I don't know. What's the Rapunzel? No.
Rapunzel is a story about a girl with very long hair.
What's
You're not familiar with it?
Rapunzel? About what?
It's about a girl with very long hair.
Very long hair.
Yeah, her hair
Yeah, yeah,
grows
yeah,
and
yeah,
grows.
yeah, 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 yeah.
You're
Yeah,
familiar with this story?
yeah, 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 yeah. I know this story.
So what's this story about?
The story about girls live in high tower, tower,
Uh-huh.
and she doesn't know anything about the war. After I think after 20 years ago, he meets a person with horse.
Mhm.
Yeah, horse. Sorry, horse.
Mhm.
Horse. Uh, she fell in the person, this person,
Mhm.
fell in love this person with the person, and she surprised the woman watch who lives with her. She doesn't like her. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's the plot. Excellent.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. How about Cinderella?
Yeah, I
What's the
know
plot
Cinderella.
of Cinderella?
I
Excellent.
know
What is it?
Cinderella. Cinderella, a poor girl. Mm, yeah, he works. She works mind and mind and at who his her house.
Mhm.
Uh, uh, the prince's great party or celebration to choose women, girls to marry. Yeah.
Mhm.
Then she attends for this celebration, but when reach 12 o'clock, when reach 12 o'clock, he left the castle and lost shoes. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Exactly. She returns to her normal clothes. All right.
Yeah.
What about the Three Little Pigs? Have you heard of that story?
Three little pigs. No, I don't know this
Here's a picture for you.
story. No, I know, but I didn't remember this story. What about and yeah,
I'll help. I'll describe it a little bit. So there are three brother pigs, and they each go off and build a house. One
yeah,
of them is very lazy, so he builds a house of straw, and that's the picture we see here. Another one is pretty lazy, so he builds a house of wood, I think. And the
yeah.
other one is a very hardworking pig, so he builds a house of brick. And that's this house, built of brick. And eventually, when a wolf wants to eat them,
Yeah.
the pig with the house of brick is the best house because he was not lazy and he built a very strong house. So they all hide in the brick house. And they get away from the big bad wolf.
Yeah, now I got it, but I didn't see, or I didn't hear this story.
What about Goldilocks and the Three Bears?
I think you have a difficult story.
No, these are common. I'll put a picture
Okay.
up. I think the picture will be
Yeah,
easier.
I just know Cinderella.
So here's a picture of Goldilocks and the Three Bears. And
Very. I don't know the.
I'll describe this one then.
Can I ask my son?
Can you what?
Can I ask my son?
I'm sorry. One more time. What did you say? Can you what?
Can I ask my son?
Oh, yeah, of course. Ask your son. Maybe he will know.
Beda, come, come, come. What? What? I think he does. He didn't know. He didn't. What?
How old is your son?
Yeah, you can. What?
How old is your son?
6 years.
I forgot. I forgot it.
Okay, okay,
Aw, so
okay.
cute.
Okay.
All right.
He
Well,
heard.
you can tell him that Goldilocks is a story of a little girl who breaks into a house of bears and she
Yeah.
eats their food and she breaks their chairs and then she falls asleep inside the house. So the picture we
Yeah.
see here is of her falling asleep inside the house of the bears.
Yeah. Yeah.
All
Okay.
right. We have just one more, and this one's an uncommon one. Do you know the story of the emperor's new clothes?
What's the?
This one I'll give you a little picture of before I help you describe it.
Yeah. Okay.
So here's a picture of the story. And the story is that there was an emperor who was very conceited, he was very arrogant, and he wanted the best clothes. And no
Yeah.
matter what people brought him, he still said, no, it's not good enough, it's not good enough. So one day, a tailor
Yeah.
brought him invisible clothes and said that only the true king can see these clothes. So
Yeah.
he pretended he could see them and he put on these invisible clothes. And then the whole town laughed at him because he was not
Yeah.
wearing clothes.
Without clothes. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Have you heard
I,
that story before?
yeah. I remember the story. Yeah.
All right.
But
Which is your favorite of these fairy tales?
I think Cinderella is Cinderella and Snow White.
Mm.
Snow. I think a Little Red Riding Hood.
Mm-hmm. Are there any fairy tales I forgot to put on this list?
Forgot? Yeah. Last one. Last one. emperor, emperor's new clothes.
Oh, okay, so you forgot that one?
Yeah. Uh,
Okay.
yeah. Choose the first one. Yeah.
So we have a quick quiz on the plot of these fairy tales now.
Okay.
And we'll see if you know the answers. And if not, we'll talk a little more about it. So choose the correct answer. Number 1. Who says, "I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down"? Is it a giant, a wolf, or a witch?
Wolf. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And what story is that from?
I think I think three bears. Yeah. Or three
Yeah, it's the Three Little Pigs.
pigs. Yeah. Three
Uh-huh.
pigs.
Exactly. Excellent.
Yeah.
What about number 2? Snow White eats a poisoned apple, orange, or banana?
Apple.
Yes.
Easy.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Hansel and Gretel find a house made of gold, sweets, straw.
Can I guess?
Uh-huh.
Gold.
Nope. This one is actually sweets. They find a
Sweet.
house made of candy, which is very attractive for children.
Okay.
Here's one you might know. Cinderella wears shoes made of glass, gold, or silk.
Glass. Made
Yeah,
of
glass. Exactly. All right. Number 5. Rapunzel has very long nails, eyelashes, hair.
Hair. Easy.
Yup.
Yeah.
And the last one. How many bears did Goldilocks meet? 1, 2, or 3?
Of course, three. Just three.
Yeah.
Just,
Okay, so a quick little answers in the bottom.
yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about fairy tale vocabulary. So there is some unique vocabulary used in telling fairy tales, like once upon a time. Have you heard the phrase once upon a time before?
Yes.
And what does it mean?
Something happened long or in past. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Excellent. So what other vocabulary is used frequently in fairy tales? Can you think of other characters or vocabulary we see in fairy tales?
Very tell. Once upon a time. I think no.
All right.
Yeah.
And what are some things that all fairy tales have in common?
I think all stories about princes and girls, prince and fell in love. Yeah.
Yeah,
Between princes.
exactly.
Uh,
They're about love, princes, princesses.
Yeah. Yeah.
What else?
And I think and also watch. Yeah, watch. No, witch.
Witches. Yeah. So
Witches.
there's
Yeah,
usually
witches.
an evil character, like a witch.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, this is common in the old story.
Uh-huh. Yeah, there's an evil character and a good character, and we usually see witches, princesses. All right. Anything else that fairy tales usually have in common?
Yeah, actually, this story has good finally. not good, but happy final. Happy final.
A happy ending, yeah.
Happy ending.
Exactly. Pretty much all fairy tales have this happy ending where everything ends
And
in a very nice way. Excellent.
uh,
Okay, so now I'm going to ask you to
yeah.
write a short fairy tale of your own in the chat box. Write a
Now,
short, yeah, a short one. It could be
okay,
like maybe 4 sentences, just 4
okay.
sentences.
Hello?
All right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I see your fairy tale. Can you read it for us?
One Wednesday, boy goes to horrible house and finds evil in this house. However, he can taste this evil, yeah, and
Mhm.
help families who live in this house, in the house.
Very nice. It's
Yeah.
a sweet fairy tale. It has all of the good parts, a happy ending, once upon a time. So, a couple small corrections. You forgot the word upon in the beginning. Once upon a time.
Once upon, oh, sorry, once
Uh-huh.
upon. Okay, once upon. Yeah.
And a couple other things. So we have once upon a time, a boy, we have to use an article. A boy goes to a horrible house and finds evil in this house. However, He can face this evil and help families who live in the house. Excellent. So all we have to do is add a couple articles and your story is perfect. So tell me, how does the boy help families in the house?
How what?
How does the boy help the families?
I don't know how, but I don't know. Okay, you want me complete this story?
Yeah, maybe write one
Uh,
or two more sentences telling how he does it.
okay. Mm, um,
Awesome. Read the rest of the story for us.
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and read it for us.
Yeah.
Can you read the rest of the story for us?
First, he knows the secret, as is secret of evil from all people who were left in this house. So he can win on people easily. And also he creates happy for his area and also save this area. Yeah.
Okay. A couple small corrections. I'll read it again with a few different articles. So, he knows the secret of the evil from old people who were living, ing, in this house. So, he can win against the evil easily. And he created
Happy.
happiness
happiness, yeah, for
for
his
his
area.
area, and also save. And then what does he save? The people?
Yeah, safe area or people.
All
Both.
right. So there is our slightly corrected story altogether. Once upon a time, a boy goes to a horrible house and finds evil in this house. However, he can face this evil and help families who live in the house. He knows the secret of the evil from old people who were living in this house, so he can win against evil easily. And he created happiness for his area and also saved the people. Okay, excellent story. What's the name of your story?
Name boys against evil.
Boys
Boys
what?
against
Oh, boy
evil.
against people.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. I love it.
Thank you.
All right, so now we're going to read a couple very short stories. They're actually called fables. Do you know what a fable is?
People?
Fable.
No, I don't know people. What?
A fable is a story that has a lesson or a moral at the end. So a lot of fairy tales, they're like interesting, but there's not a lesson. A fable is like a fairy tale with a lesson.
Okay.
So I'm going to screen share a story for you and ask you to read it for us.
Okay.
So here is the story we're going to read. It's called The Two Frogs and Aesop's Fable. Have you heard of Aesop before? He's a very famous author.
Okay.
Do you know
I
who
read?
Aesop is?
No. Two frogs and Aesop? No. People.
Okay, he's an author, the author of this story. Will you read it for us?
Yeah, these.
Go ahead and read.
Yeah, okay. Two frogs. Though I can't see this. How can I can't? Okay. I can't see this article. Yeah, these. Yeah. This. Okay. That's okay. Two frogs, dolls, and the same pole. The pole began dried up under the summer's heat. They left it and set out together for another home. As they went along, they chanced to pass a deep well, amply supplied with water. On saying watch, one of the frogs said to the other, let us descend and make our abode in this well. The other replied with greater caution, but suppose the water should fail us, how can we get out again from uh, from from so great a depth?
Excellent
Yeah,
job. So let's talk about vocabulary. There's some interesting vocabulary here,
yeah,
starting
yeah.
with the word dwelt.
What does mean dwell?
Dwell is like to live in a place. So two frogs
Okay,
lived in the same pool. They dwelt in the same pool.
dwell. Yeah, dwell.
hmm And that's an irregular one because we use a T
The
to
word, yeah,
be the past instead of ed.
dwell. Dwelt. dwelt, yeah. My pronunciation is correct, dwelt? You hear me?
Oh, sorry. Yes, I can hear you. Your pronunciation was good. I accidentally muted
Yeah.
my.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
How
The
about
well,
a well? What is this deep well?
well, wow, yeah, wow, deep wow. Well, it's good, yeah.
Uh-huh, but what in some senses well is good. So I am well, but here it's actually a noun
Yeah,
and a well is oops, not Wells Fargo. Ah,
okay.
okay. So a well is this. It's a
Wow,
very
yeah,
deep place for water.
uh-huh, yeah, yeah, wow,
Oh, did you see it?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
I know now. I know now.
Okay. So they went along and they chanced to pass a deep well,
Deep wow.
and it was amply supplied with water. What do you think amply means? Amply supplied with water.
Without water, yeah.
Actually, it's the opposite. It was sufficiently supplied with water. There was lots of water in the
Uh-huh,
well. So in the pool, there was no water, but in the well, there was lots of water.
uh-huh. Humbly supplied with water. Yeah, humbly.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
Then it says, let us descend. What does descend mean?
let's ask descend. I think descend to make a boat. I don't know descend. Let's ask descend. And make
So, if they're on ground level and they want to go into a well, where do they
uh-huh.
have to go? Which direction? Up, down, to the side?
Again, please. Can you repeat that, please?
Yeah, so they're on the ground and they see a well and the well is deep, deep in the ground. Where do they have to go to get to the water?
I don't know.
They have to
I
go
don't.
down. So
Down,
descend
yeah.
is to go down. Descend into the well.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
What
all
about
right.
abode? Make this well our abode.
Or means body or
Huh?
body, apod or apod. I think it means body, yeah? Body.
Means funny?
No funny body.
Put it in the chat box for me.
Yeah. So,
Ah, body.
yeah.
Not quite, or at least not in this sense. Abode would actually mean like a house or a home.
Aha.
So
House.
they want to make this well their home.
Okay.
All right. Do you have any other vocabulary questions from this
Yeah.
tale, this short story?
Yeah. This a greater caution.
Oh, caution. So
Caution. Yeah.
caution is when you're very careful. It's when
Very
you
careful.
think about everything before you do it. You're very careful and safe.
Okay. And also, where is I think about okay, okay. Now everything is clear.
Awesome. Okay, so now we have the moral of the story. The moral of the fable is do nothing without a regard to the consequences. Do nothing without a regard to the consequences.
What does mean required?
Regard is
Yeah.
when you think carefully about something.
Yeah.
So you have to think carefully about everything before you do it. Do you believe that's a good moral for people to learn and know?
Can I repeat the story and so now I can understand very well the story.
Yeah, sure, repeat it.
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is this a good moral
Question.
for people to learn?
Ah, pardon?
Do you think this is a good moral, a good lesson for people to learn? Don't do anything without thinking about the consequences?
Yeah, I think. I think two frogs. I think were mistakes because I think no. I think it's good. But great question.
Awesome. So then, will
Really?
you summarize what happens in this fairy tale? Tell us in your own words. Repeat the
Yeah.
fairy tale in your own words.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so two frogs think that they want to swim into a well together, but this well was very deep for them, so they rethink again and they said that we should jump.
Done.
Okay, yeah, and in the end, they decide not to jump, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Do you have any
All
other
right.
comments or questions on our class or the vocabulary before we finish up today?
No, thank you so much.
Thank you, and I hope to
Yeah.
see you again soon, Najib.
And you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.